We have some massive Rocket signings imminent as ESPN insider Charania just revealed a huge report stating that the Rockets are going to sign 3 different players to brand new deals. We'll tell you who these 3 players are and why they are so important right here on Rockets Digest. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. Appreciate you tuning in. And before we get going, just want to say a big thank you and shout out to everybody who has been watching and subscribing. Yesterday, we officially hit over 2,500 subscribers and are now officially on the road to 3,000, and it would not be possible without each and every one of you. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. We have become the fastest growing Rockets YouTube channel on the platform, and we're just going to keep going up as we get closer to the season. We're going to have game streams, live streams. I'm super excited for what's to come, and so if you're new, hit that subscribe button because there's nowhere else you should be here for your Rockets content on YouTube. Okay, let's talk about the report. Charania had it first. The Houston Rockets intend to sign 3 of their free agents, Jae'Sean Tate, Aaron Holiday, and Jeff Green, on new contracts to bring them all back for the next season. This all coming from ESPN. Uncle Jeff is back, everybody. He's coming back to ride and try and go get a chip for the Houston Rockets with Kevin Durant and obviously Şengün and Thompson leading the way, Jabari Smith. Now we got our depth pieces back as well. And Shams also had a follow-up tweet that I thought was just so insightful on how good Rafael Stone has been doing over the past 2 weeks. This is what he has done. The Rockets have reached new deals to acquire Kevin Durant. They've extended Steven Adams. They have extended coach Ime Udoka, and now they are bringing back free agents Fred VanVleet on a better team-friendly contract, and then, of course, Jae'Sean Tate, Aaron Holiday, and Jeff Green all being reported today. And again, these guys may not be the flashy signings or all that, but I believe they are huge to the success of this organization, and that is why I pose the question to each and every one of you today. What is your one-word reaction to these 3 signings? Is there a word that you believe that would really invoke the entire thought process you are having? My word is depth. And that is specifically because that is what these 3 players provide. We know that Uncle Jeff can go out there and put some positive minutes. And when you are vying for an NBA championship, there are going to be games where in the last quarter, you're not going to want to play Alperen Şengün, Jabari Smith, and Kevin Durant every single minute. You're going to want to have some guys who can go out there and put out solid minutes. And so these guys are the perfect fit for that. We go look at the depth chart for the Houston Rockets. Aaron Holiday is now officially the number 2 point guard, although that is kind of back and forth. I think point guard, shooting guard are going to be kind of a rotating thing, and the top 3 will be Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, and Reed Sheppard. Aaron Holiday will come in there as well. It sounds like Jock Landale is actually not going to be back, so that backup center, or now that third place center spot, is Jabari and Jeff Green. So that kind of tells you how they feel about that. Obviously, having Jae'Sean Tate back is great as well. We knew that in his first 2 years as a Rocket, he was averaging double digits in points, and maybe, who knows, he can bring back some of that fire in this upcoming season. There is some positives to these signings, and I want to talk about each and every one of them. But the first one I want to talk about is Uncle Jeff, because I love this guy. And maybe it's a little bit of a biased love just because he's been in the league for so long, and it's just so fun to watch these older players. And it's funny because he is literally like a year older, like right at a year older than Kevin Durant, but they're obviously in different leagues. And I'm just excited to have him back. I want to get him a chip in a Houston Rockets uniform. That's what I want, a championship for him, and I would love to do it for him with a Houston Rockets jersey on his back. So I would be happy for that. And of course, he has been in the league a long time, since 2007, in which this is how old he is and how long he has been playing, which including Kevin Durant, kind of similar. They play together. Seattle. He played for the Seattle Supersonics back in 07-08. That, of course, then transformed into the Oklahoma City Thunder in 09, 10, 11. So, I mean, technically that puts him playing with very, very young Kevin Durant, with Jeff Green was very, very young as well. Obviously, we know Green's career path going to the Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Magic. I mean, this guy has been a travel man, including a stop with the Rockets back in their playoff year, 2019-2020, and then going away, Brooklyn, Denver, coming back to us here for the past 2 seasons, and now will be joining us here for a 3rd season in a row. And it sounds like Jeff Green wants to retire a Houston Rocket. That is the reports that I'm hearing, which makes me so happy because I love his vibe. I love his energy, and I'm very happy that he is going to be back. And I know that a lot of these contracts are probably going to be pretty team-friendly because I know that Aaron Holiday, Jae'Sean Tate, and again, Jeff Green are not going to be the guys that push the needle, but I think they have bought in to this organization as much as everybody else has. So in that matter, they deserve to be signed. The second guy we're going to talk about is Aaron Holiday. He is technically going to be the backup point guard. And listen, I got to kind of watch Aaron Holiday a couple of times this year, just in some blowout games, either one way or the other. I think he's actually a little bit more valuable than people give him credit for. He's also only 29 years old. Now, I'm not saying that this guy's going to go light the world on fire out there on the court, but listen, for a backup point guard and a guy who can, he can dribble the ball off the court, he can give you some valuable minutes. That's kind of the big thing. Plus, in the grand scheme of things, especially with the way Ime Udoka coaches, he kind of likes his guys to be similar heights throughout the depth chart. Like, he wants his number 1 point guard to be the same height as his number 2 point guard. He kind of wants that similar height difference. Now, the shooting guard's not going to be that way because Amen Thompson is 6'7", and Reed Sheppard he's tall. He's not 6'7". But however, Aaron Holiday is 6 foot, Fred VanVleet is 6 foot. It's going to create for at least a similar offensive attack no matter who was out there running the point. That's why I kind of believe Amen Thompson's going to take that shooting guard role and run with it. And when we don't have Amen Thompson there running the shooting guard, it's probably going to be a double big lineup, and you might have 2 centers out there and just Fred VanVleet to kind of run it out. So it'll be an interesting lineup situation for sure and how the Rockets plan to use him. But I do like Aaron Holiday. He has also kind of been a journeyman throughout the NBA. Obviously, sort of started with the Pacers. He's never really averaged many high points. His best year was 2019, 2020, in which he averaged 9.5 points with the Indiana Pacers. Been with the Rockets the past 2 seasons. And again, he's done a solid job. He's going to eat minutes. And I don't want to say that that's crazy important, but you need some guys who can eat some minutes. When you are trying to go for an NBA championship and you know that there are going to be some games, especially that you've acquired Kevin Durant, that you're going to be up a lot. And there might be some games you're down a lot. And in that fourth quarter, you're not going to want to play those guys that you are playing, 82 games a season or even 70. You don't want to do that. So Aaron Holiday provides some depth. He's able to come out here and really kind of just be a saving grace, I guess, for Fred VanVleet, because as of right now, there's not really another true point guard. Like Reed Sheppard, I guess, would be that. But, he was a shooting guard in college, so not to say he can't run the point, but it creates for a sticky situation when Fred VanVleet is not out there. However, he plays 35 minutes a game, and I'm not worried about Fred, but it's just nice to have that backup there. He does change the fact of what the Rockets might go after in free agency. Obviously, we have to see how much money this is going to be. We know that Jock Landale is going to free up $8 million because it seems like he's not going to come back. So there is still some flexibility with cap space, but we'll have to kind of see what these deals are. So that way we can kind of know, are there going to be some more free agent signings? Specifically, I'd like a point guard or shooting guard. I feel like that'd be the best case scenario for the Rockets. I don't think they need a 3, 4, 5 backup at all. I believe they've got that covered with Tari, Steven Adams, Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün, and Jabari. They got that covered. I'm not worried about the 3, 4, and 5 pretty much whatsoever. So that's kind of my thought with that process. And the last guy is, of course, Jae'Sean Tate. He is an interesting cat because, well, obviously this past year, 3.6, he wasn't drafted out of college. He spent 2 years overseas, in fact. And listen, again, a guy that's going to eat minutes, 6'4", not 30 years old just yet, and he's going to be good. I put him last just because I unless he can invoke some of that first 2021, 2022 kind of Jae'Sean Tate vibe where he's averaging, 11 points per game, he's not going to be that useful. He was also playing 70 games and playing a lot more minutes in those games. Now he's kind of, more of a role player than anything else. You look at the minutes played in 2020, 2021, 2022, they were 25 minutes plus, and now it's, 10 minutes. So that's partial reason why he's averaging the points that he was averaging back in those seasons, and now averaging what he is now. But again, he is a role player that is going to serve as a good role. Averaged about 3.6 points per game last year. So again, it's a guy that you're excited to have on the bench, have a depth chart role, and hopefully can maybe invoke and kind of spark some of that 10 points per game stuff that we saw. But again, he's going to be a guy that is going to come off the bench, is going to be a very good scout team player. And again, I think of the three, he's the one that I'm thinking, like, if that's the least important to me. I think Aaron Holiday, because of the position he plays, is pretty important, just because he is going to be the backup point guard. And then, at least right now, he is. I believe it'll probably be Reed Shepherd, but that's just how the depth chart kind of looks. And then I just like the vibes of Uncle Jeff. I'm going to be quite honest. There's not much that I like. Like, his game is his game. He can shoot some threes when he wants to. He can hit a shot or two. But I just think he should deserve the championship, and I would love to do it in a Houston Rockets uniform. Okay, that does it for us. Once again, though, do you want to go back here real quick? If you have not gotten the comment section already, what is your one-word reaction to these three signings that we have gotten today? Let me know in the comment section. Reminder, my word is depth. So I'm thinking these guys are definitely going to be some depth roles. But if you got a word, if you got something that you believe that these players deserve, well, put that in the comment section. I'm always looking around, always talking with y'all, and I appreciate the kind of community we have built here on Rockets Digest. But that about does it for us here, and we appreciate you again, all the support. 2,500 strong now, and hopefully we'll continue growing. Hopefully we'll continue to get bigger and make this Rockets community even more wholesome, even more, get more people in here so we can have some more fun. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and for now, we will say peace out here from H-Town.